It was the winter of 2017 when the digital world brought two distant souls together, one from the old streets of Karachi, Pakistan, metropolitan and city of Ligd, and the other from a small village in the Philippines. Shabir, a soft-spoken Pakistani Muslim man, known for his modest beard and white topi that symbolized his devotion, never imagined love would come knocking from so far away. Hilda was not like the women he had ever seen or spoken to. Her elegance stood out, not in looks alone, but in the way she embraced Islam, wrapped herself in a hijab, and showed sincere respect for traditions he held dear. She had a warmth in her voice that comforted Shabir even in his loneliest moments. They started chatting daily, first casually, then with deeper meaning. By mid-January, love blossomed. They would spend hours talking about life, faith, and dreams. Distance was nothing in front of the connection they had found. Every Assalamu alaikum brought peace to their hearts. Every video call was a window into each other's world. On February 14, 2017, while the world celebrated love in its own way, Shabir and Hilda made theirs sacred. They performed Nikah, a promise of unity, loyalty, and companionship. It was a simple ceremony done over a video call with close ones as witnesses, but to them, it was grander than any celebration on earth. Hilda came into the marriage with a little boy, Justine. He was 5 years old, and in kindergarten level I school L, his tiny fingers barely wrapped around Shabir's heart, yet they gripped his soul. He will be mine too, Shabir whispered to himself the day of Nikah, watching the baby sleep in his mother's lap. Time moved like a breeze at first. Shabir supported Hilda and Justine emotionally and financially. Diapers turned into toys, toys into schoolbooks. He watched from afar, sometimes visiting when he could, but always present through calls, messages, and video chats. He taught Justine how to say Bismillah before meals and sent him tiny basketballs to play with. Years rolled forward. It was now 2025, and Justine had become a young man, strong, respectful, and full of life. His shoulders had broadened, his mind sharpened. He had grown into a top student and a star basketball player in his school. People in the neighborhood loved seeing him play, often calling him the fast shadow because of his swift moves on the court. Shabir would watch the videos Hilda sent, his eyes moist with pride. "He's my son," he often said to himself, though the world didn't always see it that way. His love for Justine was unconditional. But as Justine grew, so did the silence between Shabir and Hilda. What was once a garden of daily talks and laughter slowly became a path of misunderstandings and emotional distance. Their relationship started facing cracks, some caused by Miles, others by miscommunication and doubt. There were days when Shabir felt alone, staring at his phone, waiting for a message from Hilda that never came. She, on the other side, was feeling the weight of life, motherhood, and maybe even the confusion of whether the love they once had was still alive. Despite the ups and downs, there was always a memory pulling them back. The memory of their Nikah, of the laughter during late-night calls, of Justine saying Abu for the first time. It wasn't easy, but real love never is. One evening, while watching a video of Justine winning a school basketball tournament, Shabir felt a tear roll down his cheek. Not because he was sad, but because he realized something. Even if Hilda had drifted away emotionally, even if their hearts now spoke less, the journey they had was real. The love was real. And the impact he had on that boy's life could never be erased. A week later, Shabir sent Hilda a message. "Whether we walk together or apart from today, know that I will always pray for your happiness and Justine's success. My door and my duas are always open for you both." Hilda replied after some time. "You gave us love when no one else would. That can never be forgotten." Sometimes, stories don't end with fairy tales, but with quiet grace. Shabir went on living a life of prayer and contentment, occasionally receiving updates from Justine, who never forgot the man who raised him like a real father. And somewhere in the heart of the Philippines, Hilda still wore her hijab with pride, silently remembering the man who taught her the meaning of love, commitment, and sacrifice.